Hi, everybody. Welcome to this week's Delavo Live session. Today's Delavo Live session will be about clouds. I'm going to talk about how to set up your cloud configuration. I'm going to show you how to add a new cloud. I'm going to show you how to view your cloud stats and much more. As usual, there will be a Q&A on anything Delavo related immediately following the session. So, of course, you want to be in master mode. Um, so just hover your mouse over mode and it will tell you if you're in the master area or not. And if you are in the master's area, you want to go to plugins and click on clouds. Once you click on clouds, you'll come to this screen. Now, because I was learning all about clouds this week, I've already set up one, but normally there wouldn't be one. And you just click on an add new. I'm going to go from the very beginning and show you how to click on a new cloud. So click on the Add New button. You want to give it a title. You want this title to really be related to whatever your cloud's going to be. So if I wanted to ask about list building for my ebook, I would say something like it's an ebook cloud. Pre-moderation means if you check this box that you have to approve a comment before it will appear. And it's up to you if you want to do it. I personally want to approve it. You can say how many items are on each page. You can have as many as you want. And you can say how the new clouds remain on the top of the last for a certain number of days. So you can make this any days that you want, 3, 5, 7. If you don't have a lot of traffic, I'd make it 7. If you have a lot of traffic, then, make it only 3. The status list we'll come back to because you need to do this once you have already set up a cloud. This is your template area for the content. You need to leave this tag alone. You can actually set up a template if you like. But if you do, this CSS style sheet below, it overwrites the templates. So unless you know CSS, you might not be able to do the template. But you might, if you want your own template, you're going to come in here and need to delete anything that has to do with the particular with this template, so that so that it shows your template shows up. Okay, I can't remember which one it is right now. I will write it in the manual, but you do need to delete one of these things here in order to override your template. Okay, but you can write a template forever you want. So once you have your cloud set up, click on Save. And you will then be taken to the screen where you will be able to actually write your cloud. Okay, and as you can see, I've set up my list building ebook. And in order to start this cloud, click on the Go link. And as you can see, as administrator, it welcomes me, and I can add a new cloud. It does tell me that there are no clouds on this page yet, so you can add a new cloud. So when you add a new cloud, you can put your title in, and I'm going to say something about the list building book. I'm just going to shorten it to say that. And then I'm going to put my comments here saying something like, what do you think about the list building ebook, and what would you like for the future? What would you like me to change? Was everything explained? And you can give feedback by this, or like I said, you could do it for anything, for JV partners or anything. And you can also attach files to it. So say that you want people to look at maybe a document or an update or something, so you could attach the file to it and they can download it. So once that you have written what it is, then you can post it. As you can see, it says that the cloud will be posted after the admin's approval. So I need to come in here and go into click on the pencil icon for that cloud so that I can approve it. So in this case, this pre-moderation isn't really necessary for you, for the administrator. If you're doing the cloud, you might want to use it if you haven't set a subject in the cloud. So in this case, I'm just going to show you how to do it. So for the pre-moderation, as you can see, there's now 2 up on top, settings and clouds. Click on clouds. And you can see it's new, and it's got a rating, and it's got a comment. So I'm going to click on the pencil icon, and you can see this is all your stats. It tells you the status is new. It gives you your rating. It gives you their votes up and down, and any comments, the number of comments here. So if I click on the pencil icon, it will open up my cloud. And as you can see here, once I did that, it has an area where I'm editing the record where you can approve it. And it's the date that it was added and the time. So click on approved if you want to approve that cloud, and click on save. And as you can see, you are in settings, and you got to that by clicking on the pencil icon and coming here. So now that I've said that the cloud has been approved. When you set up a cloud, if not you yourself as the admin, but if one of your users sets up the cloud, you are going to get notification by email that the cloud has been, a new cloud has been set up, and it will give you your user's name and everything. Your user will get an email once you approve it, or if you don't approve it, if you don't set the approval, they will get an email telling them that their cloud has been approved. So Delava will send emails for people. So I've now approved this. So I'm going to go back to the cloud configuration, and I want to say that it's working. So I want to click on working. I'm not being able to, I don't know why it's not. So this is my status. And you can have checking, declined, and completed. And it would show up on the actual thing. Now, we've already done the cloud, so let's go back to the cloud now that it's been approved. And you will see that area that said that the cloud needed approved, it's already been approved. So here is now, since it's been approved, your user can now write their comments here. They can up the votes. They can do anything they want. And then here's the comments will show below. So you can write a new comment. This is my comment for a new user, and then save it. And again, when you go back to the cloud, you'll see that this has this. I want to actually go back to the cloud, not to the settings. I want to go to the settings because I want to go back to the cloud. And what you need to do is to, since there hasn't been any ups and down votes yet, they have to do that on the actual cloud itself. Sorry, guys, we're going to have to. So when you come here, then you can, this is your comment once it's approved, and you can add as many comments as you want. Or your people can add as many comments as they want. And so I'm just going to click on view comments so it doesn't do it. I guess I need to do that. Add the comment there. But anyhow, you can do as many comments as you want. I'm going to say that I'm going to post it. I know I'm going to get the error, but when I go back and I view the comments, it's going to be up there. So as you can see now, there's all these 3 comments. So once you sit there and you create your cloud for whatever you want it to be, or you allow your people to create a cloud, but I personally would only allow people to create a cloud if they were my JV partners, if they wanted to talk about particular products. I wouldn't allow subscribers or users to actually create the cloud because I'm going to use this cloud for feedback. So I want to create the cloud. I want to create the comment that asks them, and then they can write their comments to me, and they can approve or disapprove of it. And you can have all your comments here for feedback, which is really good for you all. For your marketing campaigns. And if you wanted to add a new cloud, you would just click on Add New Cloud, and you would be able to add a new cloud, which I'm going to just return to the list of clouds where I have 2 clouds set up already. Okay, this is the screen for adding an actual cloud. So you could have your cloud anything that you want, but it should tell you what's happening. So your newsletter inquiry or something like that, if you want to know what you want to write about. The pre-moderation, if you're allowing people to create their own clouds, and you can do that, you may want to pre-moderate it. You would actually create the title and then allow people to do things. But if you want to approve it, if you want to approve the cloud, then you would check the pre-moderation. This tells you how many items per page. This tells you how long the new cloud will stay on top of the list. This will say if it's clicking, working, or whatever. Your content goes here for your cloud. You can actually create your own template, make it look like your website. And when I write the manual, I will show you how to do that because it's very involved steps. I don't want to go into the HTML of how to change the template so it looks like your site, but I will write the manual starting later on today since so many people are interested in this subject. And I will show you in that manual how to actually do the template because it has involved stuff with your CSS style sheet. You can't this style sheet will override anything on the template. You need to actually delete some of the CSS before so that it doesn't override your template. And I don't really want to get into that in a Delavo session, but I will do it in the manual where I have more time. So once you sit there and have the basics set up, click on save, and your cloud is saved. Now this is my newsletter book. If you want to send this to anybody, click on view for the link and invite people to the cloud. If you want to go to the actual cloud, click on go. And then you can add your new cloud here since there isn't anything in there. So I add my new cloud. I put a title on for it. The title I'm going to do is newsletter. Boy, I can't spell today. And then you're going to put your question in here. Now your people can actually come here. You could give them that link by going on view, and they will come here and actually they could create their own cloud. And if you want them to be able to, then be sure that you don't click on the box that tells them, for pre-moderation. So if you want to pre-moderate the clouds they create, click the pre-moderation box, not here. So you would put your title here, or your person would put your title here, and then the message they want. And they can, again, do attachments. They can add PDFs or a link to an audio or a link to a video. So you can attach actually 5. And once you're done, click on post, and the actual cloud would be posted. It tells me that my cloud has been posted. So I'm going to return to the list of clouds. And you're going to get your notice. So here's the cloud that was created. So people can vote it up, vote it down. They can star it. They can add comments. So they can add a comment by clicking on comment here, adding a comment. And I know this is going to go to an error page, but I have to let it do that so that it actually shows my comment. And once you have it done, I'm going to go to the list building one to show you what it looks like. And as you can see, I have on my list building, I have 3 comments. So this is my comment. That was the one I just added. If you wanted to see the comments, click on the 3 comments and all of them will open up. So here is your comment. So this is the comment that I, as the administrator, set up for my list building. And then these are, just pretend that these are comments from other people, because when they come to this, they can add a comment. And they can comment up to 20 here. So if I wanted this to be questions about my list building book, I would post here what I want them to ask about, and then they can put their comments here, and I can get some feedback. So this is really kind of another nice little feature of Delavo. So that it's really not that hard to do. And again, in order to invite people, you just go on to the cloud configurations, click on the view link and send them that link. And then that invites them to their cloud. So with that being said, because that's all there is to it, there's really nothing to it. And it's got a lot of potential for, like Bill, you, for example, might want to do it for your partners to give them, you might want to create a cloud and say that, you're asking for ideas or whatever you do in your business, and people can come in and comment. All your partners can come in and comment and ask what they want to, state what they want, or you could ask them if they like what's happening, the way that things are running, if they have any suggestions. So it has quite a lot of potential, because you don't have to email everybody and then go through the emails. You can actually have your comments all in one place. So like if I was doing this for my newsletter, I wanted to know what articles they want. Instead of me going through 50, 100 emails of people commenting about what articles they want me to write, I can create a cloud and just have all my comments in one place, making it much easier for me and much quicker to get the feedback that I'm looking for. So with that said, I'm going to on delete. I'm going to let everybody do comments. And does anybody have any comments? I don't see anybody. Okay, Bill has a comment. Bill?
Yeah, Donna, thank you. I was wondering, Donna, so, okay, let's say I have a newsletter, right? And I've written an article,
Okay.
let's say. Um, where do I, how do I attach this cloud to my newsletter or to my article? Or do I have to bring them into Delavo, my Delavo installation, to have them make
Well,
comments?
you click on view and you send them that link. You set up the cloud for your newsletter.
Uh-huh,
So
uh-huh.
click on view, and
Mm-hmm.
for your actual cloud, you might want to at the bottom of your article, you might want to put a link to the cloud with this, clicking on view, your link to your cloud, and say, could you give me some feedback on this article? So they could come to the cloud and you could create the cloud saying, this cloud is for feedback about such and such article. Please tell me what you think, or, what you want. So because you have the link on the bottom, they're going to come into your Delavo. Now, the nice thing about this is if they're on the third-party script, yes, they
Mm-hmm.
have to register in Delavo in order to access that cloud. So you're going to actually have them in Delavo. So you now can mass mail them. You have them, you can promote them by, promoting something on their welcome screen. So, it's nice to have them because they're not just in your third party, autoresponder. Like I have, thousands of people in my autoresponder, but I don't have that many in my Delavo. So
Mm-hmm.
say for my Delavo coaching program, instead of asking people to email me, I can set up a cloud and ask for their feedback on the coaching program in the cloud, because that way I don't have to open a zillion different emails. And that's the nice thing about this. So if you're going to ask for feedback on a particular article, set up a cloud instead and invite them to the cloud where they can do their comments, because then you're going to see their comments all on one instead of, they're going to see all of your comments here instead of opening a million different emails. Does that answer your question?
Okay. Yeah, and that's if I have an email-based article that is part of my e-zine, but suppose I had one based on my website, in my website.
Then click
So
on.
I would still have the link at the bottom of the article on the website or the blog or whatever,
Right,
right?
right. and then they will
And then when they click on it, they would have to register with my Delavo installation
right.
to make their comment, which is great because that way, I never said that you had to opt in, but you wanted to make a comment, so now you get to opt in on something
When they
of mine. And
when they come to here and they want to add a comment, they'll actually
Mhm.
be taken to the registration screen.
Gotcha.
So they can't. So then they can, they'll actually be taken to your registration screen before they can do it. So,
Right.
again, that way you've got them inside your Delavo, and I like my third-party autoresponder because I can do so much more with it than mass mail or follow-up manager. But I also like
Sure.
my Delavo because I can segregate more who I want to receive things by, by those that purchase a particular product or a package or something like that. So I do like them in my Delavo too. So,
Gotcha.
so
And when they register to make a comment, if they've never bought anything, gotten
yeah, it
anything
doesn't
from me
matter.
through
Yeah,
Delavo,
it doesn't matter.
it,
They're still in your account. You're still in their system now.
right, exactly, which is, that's number one, isn't it? Um,
Right.
Good. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that a lot
it's again a
because,
nice.
yeah, a lot of times, like, I don't want, like I try not to make people opt in because I know a lot of them are like, no, I don't want to have to opt in, just to read whatever, or see whatever type of thing. But if they want to make a comment,
Right.
they're already have. Yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful. Another one.
Yeah. Again, I like it because I have all my comments in one place. I don't have to open up 100 emails to see what people want in the next article I write for my newsletter. I've got all the comments here. So I know what they're interested in. Like, I love doing it for my newsletter. And another reason it's really good for your users when you're, to inquiry them is because now you know what they're looking for and you can create a product specific to their needs because they're telling you right here. So instead of going through 100 emails to find that feedback or what they're searching for, like, in the past, I would send out an email and say, okay, what would you guys like me to create the next product for? I send that to my newsletter list all the time. And then I have to open 50, 100 emails to find out what it is. Well, here I've got it all in one spot. So I can just glance down the list. And again, you can set in the beginning when you set it up, you can set up exactly how many comments you can have on the page. Um, this was set for 20. The default is 20. But if you wanted 50 or 100 on there, you could set it up for 50 or 100 so that you get all, right here where it says items per page. If I wanted 100, if I wanted feedback, say I'm sending this to a list of 4,000, so I want 100. I want comments from 100 people, which is a fair sampling because your 20 is not a fair sampling. But if I get feedback from 100 people, that gives me a good idea about what people are looking for, what they like, what they don't like, whatever I set up in my cloud. If I'm asking them for feedback on an ebook, I now know what I need to cover more fully, maybe in a supplemental volume or in an expanded volume. Maybe it's a $7 ebook that I'm using as my, as the first step in my funnel. So it's a basic one, and so I'm asking them. I lost my audio. Okay, I'm back. So,
Um,
um, so
but now my next question would be, okay, let's say you got 200 comments, so it's just basically 100 comments per page under that setting.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So so you could still go to page number 2 and see the other 100 comments.
Right.
Okay.
But,
All right.
I want to see, you could put 1,000 comments, you can get 1,000 comments, but, maybe I want my first 100, and the oldest is going to be on the bottom, the newest is going to be on top, and the newest is going to stay there. It's going to stay there for 3 days or as many days as you want. So it gives you time to look at the comments and get the feedback that you're looking for. I mean, I love clouds. Like I said, I don't want to open up 100 emails. Man, I get 500 emails a day as it is. I don't want to get
That's right.
100 emails spread over the next week about an article, what article they want me to write in the following week. So here I've got them all here. I can look at them. I can rate what I want to write about. I know what my people are looking for. Therefore, I know what article to write for my newsletter. And I also know what product to create because I know what they're looking for right there.
Now that 3 day, let's say the 3 days that you set, right? So after 3 days, this whole list disappears pretty much, right? Or the comment disappears.
No.
Is that what happens? No.
No, they'll stay there. You've always got the comments. But you're saying that that number.
So what's the 3 day thing? What's that about?
That's about clouds.
Oh, new clouds remain on top of the list for 3 days. I got you.
Yeah,
okay.
New clouds.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Mark. Okay. Let's see. Mark is asking, what is status? When you do your cloud, you can say that it's checking, working, declined, or completed. There's obviously an error in Delavo, and I've got to send it to John because I should be able to state that this cloud is I'm checking this cloud, I'm working on this cloud. If it was declined, it's not allowing me to do that, so there's a bug. But what it does is when it shows my cloud here, it would have the status here. It would show if I was working on it, or what I was doing, or if I declined it, if it was done by somebody else, if it was completed, it would say that this cloud was completed. I could change it to be whatever I want. So,
Gotcha.
So here it is. You hit the pencil icon, and now your status is working. I knew it was there somewhere, and then I'm clicking the save, and now it tells me my status is working. So it lets me know that I'm working on this cloud. If it's a cloud that I've completed, I might want to say that it's completed. And then I still have this cloud on my Delavo, but I know that I'm no longer opening and I'm no longer working on it. So, you can say how many you want. So, that will give you the status when you go to the clouds. So this here is the clouds. It's telling you the date it was added, the person that added it, the title, the status, the rating. And that was because I gave it an up. And I also gave it a star, so it's giving me a rating, the votes for up or down, and how many comments there are. If you want to see the comments again, just click on the number in the comments, and you'll be taken to this page with the comments.
Gotcha.
Okay, let me see what other question I had. Mark Fisher is saying, pretty nifty little thing, huh? So now let me ask Moses if he has a question. Moses, any questions?
No, I'm enjoying it.
Okay. Well, we'll go over this when, later on when we're setting stuff up for you, okay? We'll set up some clouds for you. So, okay, we'll go back to the beginning. Anybody else have any questions about clouds?
No, this is a good feature, a very good feature.
Yeah, most of the features in Delavo are really, really nice. So if nobody has any questions, I'm going to pause the recording